Get ready to have your mind blown. Hey Bestie, it's Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. In today's episode, we're going to use Dollar Tree clothespins. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I like to do things that are a little different here and there. So I've got these clothespins and I'm going to separate them and take off the little metal connector. Now these are the little clothespins that you get at Dollar Tree in the Crafter Square section. And I've got this really pretty frame that has a little tag piece on the bottom, these cute flowers with the little baby blue flowers on them. I'm just going to open up this frame because I want to take it apart. I'm going to clean the glass because I do like to make sure that that's done as quickly as possible. And then I'm going to reassemble. I'm going to turn that picture over so it's a white background and reassemble the frame just as it was. So the only reason I took it apart was to clean the glass and change the direction of that paper. Now you could use colored paper, scrapbook paper, whatever you want. I just decided the white background was fine for me. Now I'm going to trim down these clothespins using my miter shears. That's a tool that I get from Amazon, and it's really nice if you're not super strong and you need something to cut little pieces of things. And I'm just going to position the pieces of the clothespins to look like a flower. And based on the size of your frame is how you can decide what size to cut your clothespins. I can't tell you what to do because I don't know what kind of frame you're going to use. But if you use the one I did for some reason, you can see where I cut them off on the clothespins. And what I'm trying to do is kind of create a circle in the middle, not perfectly, but just because we're going to cover it. But I just kind of want to get these petals of the flower distributed evenly. Now I'm going to take each of these little flowers that I removed from that pick, and I'm just going to start placing them in the center to cover up all the edges and make a circle out of the center.
Standing underneath the lights.
I'd be careful with this because you could really get that glue on your fingers. I was careful, but I got myself a couple times. So you could always wear finger protectors if you want. I just have a hard time working with those on. I like to touch things, so I guess I have to take that risk of getting burned.
To each other's eyes.
I've got this little bit thicker piece of twine. I'm just going to cut it down to size, and that's going to become our stem. So once I get the right size, I will glue that down. I just put a little bit on one side of it, laid it down, and then I was able to put the rest of the glue. Otherwise, I would be holding it, and I would definitely burn myself. Now I'm going to add some of that little greenery down towards the bottom, almost to kind of look like there's grass there or some kind of bush that it's growing within. And I just thought that looked really pretty. And that way I'm not wasting any of it. Although if you watch me for a while, you know that I save all my little pieces of greenery and flowers and I pull them out when I need them. So if I don't use them all, that's where the rest are going to go. I have a chalk paint marker. It's kind of a very bright yellow. And I'm just going to do the flowers all on the top with that marker. You could do the flower any color you want. I did all the petals. I thought the yellow was very pretty with the blue, and so I was looking for something that I thought would be a nice accent.
I hear the sound of empty streets.
Once I got all of the petals done, I just dabbed over those little flowers. It would match better, I guess that's what I want to say. I wanted to give it a little bit of the yellow on the tips there without compromising the blue. Again, you could do any colors you like. This is very individual.
So all that's left.
Then I did take a green marker and just kind of go over that piece of twine to make the stem look more green. And that was all I did. That was so easy. It's definitely on the different side. Let me know what you think. Would you try something like this and try to make a flower out of the clothespins? I just thought, why not? Let's give it a try. DIY hack. I'm just going to take a round bamboo ring. You could actually use a wreath form, whatever you want that's round, as long as it will fit a clothespin on it. The metal fish decor and some sand dollars and starfish and a seashell, all from Dollar Tree, and then nautical rope, that's the white color. I've also got some seashells from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use plaster and peacock Waverly chalk paint. Now I'm going to take These are the larger clothespins, by the way. I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them all the way around the ring. And I didn't finish it because I want to leave a spot for the fish. You could go all the way around, but it's easier to attach the fish if you don't. I'm going to take the peacock paint. I'm going to paint all over except for the back of these clothespins. And you could use any size clothespins you want. I just happened to have some big ones I wanted to use. I decided to go with the silverfish instead because I actually think it looks better. I'm just going to hot glue down the little hanger because we don't need that. I'm going to cut a couple pieces of twine. I'm going to hot glue them to the inside of the fish in the center. You'll see what I'm going to do here in just a moment. And then I will be able to tie it on to this wreath. I wanted to have a nice way to secure it, and I'm also going to put some tape over that twine to hold it in place even more so. Now I'm going to turn the wreath over and I'm going to position the fish right where I want it. And then I will pull that twine through and tie it in the back in a knot and then trim off the edges. And that's just going to hold this very nicely in place for us. You could also use pipe cleaners if you want. I just didn't have them right on my craft table and I had this twine, so I just grabbed it. But anything that would work would be just fine. And then I'm going to add some hot glue over the knots because I just like to do a little extra security there to make sure it stays in place. Now I'm going to add a hanger while I'm here. Now I'm going to take this 3-cord nautical rope and I'm going to make it a 2-cord rope. It was just a little too thick. So there you go. I'm going to hot glue the ends so that they don't fray and it's just a little easier to work with. I'm going to start at one end and I'm going to do like swirls up and down, kind of like every other clothespin. You'll see just here in a moment how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that all the way around till I get to the other side of the fish. I love the way that looks, so nautical, so coastal. I'm just going to attach the end, tuck it under the clothespin. Now I'm going to take the little starfish and I'm going to add some hot glue and I'm just going to put that on that kind of bottom right area next to the fish there. And I'm just looking at where it's going to touch, and that's where I put the glue. Otherwise, there's no putting extra glue. And then I'm going to add seashells kind of in those little loops, but like alternating up and down, except for the one seashell that's longer. And I think this turned out gorgeous. What an easy, beautiful coastal wreath. How fun is this using clothespins? Let me know what you think. Dollar Tree clothespin DIY hack. This is just the littler clothespins, and I'm going to be creating a little planter box. So I figured out a rectangle shape and then the longer side and the shorter side. And what I'm going to do is just literally hot glue these clothespins together side by side like this. Now you could glue them together without the metal piece, but I didn't mind having the metal. I didn't think it really mattered, and it went a lot faster if I left the metal on there. So you can do it any way you want. Honestly, there's no right or wrong way to do this. So I'm going to glue all these sections together. And then I'm going to go back over and kind of reinforce on the inside by adding some more hot glue. And I'll do that with all of these. So now I'm going to take the sides and attach them together. So you see I've got the long side and the short side. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to do the same thing with the other two pieces and create my little rectangular planter. Very easy to do. Now I am going to go on the inside with my hot glue and reinforce the seams on the inside where I attach each of the pieces together. I thought that wouldn't be such a bad idea, and you won't see it anyway. Now I'm going to take some cardboard and I'm going to trace the inside shape. I'm going to cut it a little bigger than that because I want to have a bottom for this, and I'm going to trim it so you won't see it, but that it will fit perfectly on the underneath portion. So there it's still a little too big, and I'm going to trim it down, and this is very easy to do. Once I have the size I want, I'm going to put a generous amount of hot glue all along the bottom there, and then I'm just going to put that piece of cardboard right on that. Then I'm going to take my plaster chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to paint the whole thing. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it could look distressed, but I just wanted to give it a nice kind of worn fence look. And there it is. Now I'm going to get some flowers. I'm just going to kind of trim them. I didn't even need to put foam in there. They just fit in really nice and snug. But I did think it was missing something. So I took some twine and I did 2 rows around the outside just to give it kind of like a finished fence look, like as if there was a post going around, the top portion and then the bottom portion. And I think that was just the right finishing touch for this one. Once I have both of those glued on, I'll just snip the edge off, and that's it. This was so cute and easy. I can really imagine this one on like a little tiered tray or a shelf. I just think it's super cute. You could change out the flowers for different seasons, and that way it would be very versatile. Let me know what you think. Clothespin DIY hack. I am going to make something. I didn't use those flowers, by the way, but I did use the fairy lights, and I'm going to take my plaster chalk paint and I am going to use 10 of the little clothespins. I'm going to form them into kind of like a circle in the middle and then hot glue all the way around, and that actually worked very well to hold them together. I'm also going to use that glue to attach a little round lemon medallion that was on a beaded garland from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to set that lemon right on the center. And I just thought this looks so cute because it's almost like they're raised from the sun around the lemon. So I'm going to add a little extra glue under each one to make sure that they sit nice and evenly on that lemon. I'm going to fill the hole that was there with some hot glue, smooth it down, and then I'm going to paint that white just to cover it up so it's not so noticeable. I mean, it's not that you can't see it, but it just makes it not very noticeable. I'm going to take a little piece of greenery, I'm going to attach it to the bottom of the lemon there, just because, as if it was growing on something. And then I'm going to take the fairy lights and I'm going to glue the fairy light the controller onto the back so that you can still open it and change the battery. And then I'm going to wrap the lights all the way around those clothespins. And just that way this can be illuminated. This would look so cute on a little tier tray or shelf. You could even hang it if you really wanted to. I just think it's adorable. I do love lemons. I don't have them in my kitchen, but my mom does, so she'll probably end up with this one. But I love adding fairy lights. They're so much fun. And I got mine on Amazon if you're interested. That is all there is to this one. Such an easy DIY hack. I love it. I love these little simple, easy ones, but they're still so cute. You will have to let me know what you think. And what would you do with this if you had one? Where would you put it in your house? Would you do a tier tray? Would you hang it? What would you do? I'm just curious. It would also be cute sitting in with your fruit. That would be really fun. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.